Hey everybody, this is Ryan with the Farm to Table Direct Show, and I'm standing here at Olive Branch Aquaponics. I'm standing here with Josh and with Weston, and we're just going to talk to you a little bit about what they do here at Olive Branch Aquaponics and kind of what they're about and what got them started. And knowing aquaponics is kind of it's a fertilization system that uses, I think, fish, and they're living in it, and their stuff comes through and fertilizes the plants and moves that through, and kind of a circle of life kind of system. So kind of what got y'all into this, I mean, initially?
So the owner of Olive Branch Aquaponics, Bob Ryder, he's been farming for about 20 years. About 15 years ago, he really got into aquaponics, and he started producing large systems and growing his vegetables and things from his greenhouses that he's set up.
Right.
Since then, he's been figuring it out and learning and understanding why aquaponics works and really digging into what works so that he can produce systems for other people. So over the past few years, we've started producing systems for other people. We come out and do farm consulting. We build greenhouses and systems in other people's properties. And now a lot of what we do is really understanding the science behind why the systems work.
Well, that's something I'd noticed, and I don't know whichever one y'all want to comment on this, that research and development is a big part of what y'all do there. I seen on the website when I was looking that, there was all kinds of tables laid out, and there was science going into this. So, I mean, I don't know if y'all want to talk about that.
Yeah, so out at our farm, what we're doing is we're trying to figure out, what's in the gravel that makes it work. We know it's bacteria, but we want to know what kind of bacteria is in there that's, doing the stuff that we don't see. We're raising our fish, we have fry that we're growing. We're just doing all the research that we can to figure out why everything works.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of science that goes into this that I think people don't realize necessarily. I consider my little backyard pot garden it's a biology experiment every year, and see if it'll work or not. But okay. Well, listen. Another thing, kind of any tips for like beginners that are getting into that are interested in aquaponics?
Yeah.
So one thing I tell people is if they're not too sure about it is start small. Do a system that you can maintain well. It's not going to be some overbearing. Maybe start with koi, something that's pretty hardy. Tilapia are pretty hardy, but they're not like a winter fish that you're going to do. But just start small. Start with your garden vegetables. See what works. What works best in your greenhouse in your area.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing is just get started. If you're interested,
that's
just get started.
Okay, well, great, guys. Hey, listen, I appreciate that. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and take a look inside, guys. We see this kind of portable greenhouse behind us, and it's got a system set in. So we're going to go ahead in. The big camera will kind of stay out there. We'll bring the microphones in, but they'll follow with the small camera. So let's go on in here and see what we got.
Perfect. So this greenhouse is our demonstration model. So we take this one to trade shows and farm shows like we're at today to kind of show an example of what we do and how we do it. The material and everything in here is an option. It's not the setup. So a lot of what we do is consulting. We come out and we visit somebody's farm. We talk about what they're interested in growing, what kind of time they have to grow, what kind of space they have to work with, and then we design a system that works for them. So this is an example. We have very similar tanks. We have tanks of multiple sizes, different colors, things like that. We build multiple varieties of beds. So this one's a media bed. This one simply has expanded clay pebbles in here. But we also do a wicking bed, which would be very similar with expanded clay on the lower end. And then you would have about 8 inches of soil on the top of that. That allows us to grow plants that don't typically like that media land, don't typically like that media land.
All right, well, Professor, so that I understand this, I guess kind of the science, I know the fish are in the water, and they do what fish do and eat. Now, do they eat off of the stuff that's in the tank?
Yeah, so the stuff on top of the tank, this is actually just water hyacinth. We have some duckweed and some water lettuce here, and that adds shade for the fish in the summertime. They also like to eat it. They'll come up and eat that duckweed. They eat the roots off the bottom of that water hyacinth. Those are 35% protein, and it's an amazing addition to our fish's diet. The real reason that we grow it, though, is because we actually take it out by the 5-gallon bucket daily, and we feed it to our pigs, our chickens, and our goats, and it's an amazing supplement for their diet.
Okay, great. So recycling, really even within, kind of keeping that circle going. So
yeah, everything that we produce on the farm, we use somewhere else on the farm. There's no waste. We bring almost nothing to the farm. About at this point, the only thing we're bringing in is our food pellets to feed our other animals, but everything else is from the farm and reused somewhere else.
So now, what kind of fish are these here?
So in this tank we have tilapia. Typically whenever we're building a system for somebody, we give them a couple options on fish. So we raise tilapia, we raise catfish, we raise koi, and we raise goldfish out of the farm. So with the tilapia, with the catfish, at some point you're going to have to process those fish out of your system. But some people aren't interested in that, so we do koi and we do goldfish for more of an ornamental. The tilapia in this tank are about ready to be processed. You can see they're quite large.
Right.
But they're really fun for our demonstration setup, so we like to bring the big guys with us.
Well, there you go. Okay, so then they eat and they do their business, and then that cycles in. Does that be a pump or?
Yeah, so what we're really after from the fish, we're not after the solid waste, we're after the ammonia from their urine.
Okay.
So what happens is the fish, they do their business in the water. We run it from the tank with a pump into a filter. It's not a hard filter, so it's a particulate filter. We're really looking to just get out the solid waste because we want the ammonia from the urine to go back into the bed.
Right. Okay.
So once the ammonia from the urine is transferred into the bed, we have microorganisms inside the bed that convert that into nitrogen, and that nitrogen is then usable by the plants.
Okay.
So really all we're after is the urine from that, but we do use the solid waste as well. So we take the solid waste off the filter, we backwash it into these tanks here. We have a couple larger versions of this, and that's a mineralization tank. So we add oxygen to that tank, we bubble the solid waste in with some water, and then we're able to let that solid waste settle. We siphon that back off, we use it in our worm bins, we use it in our compost. We'll just spread it out on our fields. And then we can reuse the water from that, and it adds great mineral content back to our systems.
Okay.
You can also use it on your raised beds as well.
Well, Weston, what is that you got there?
So this is the solid waste that we get out of the filters. This is what we're going to be in our backyard garden.
Okay.
Pretty good stuff.
Okay, well that's cool. I mean, that's like I said, I'm really interested in the fact that it does recycle so much of what's going on, and I mean it kind of almost self-contained, but when I say it's a 2-for-1, you get the fish and you get the vegetables that grow, so that's a win-win on that particular situation. Let's step out of here. It's a little bit warm in here real quick.
It does, yeah.
Anyway, guys, we back here at on the Farm to Table Direct Show, we like to. That's one of the things we like to do is inform people about ways they can get their food independence and their food security, and just kind of know where their food comes from and know what's in their food even, and how it's raised. And I appreciate your time, folks. Check out Olive Branch Aquaponics. They're looks like an awesome little setup. They can help you out, get started in this, from information to coming out and doing a complete farm evaluation of what your needs are and build something for you. Where are y'all guys located at actually, physical?
We're south of Tulsa, just in Beggs.
Just in Beggs, okay. And you can also check them out on Facebook and
we have on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow us on Olive Branch Aquaponics on Facebook, and we have a website, olivebranchaquaponics.com as well.
Okay, so you heard it there. They're on social media and they're on .com, so you can check those guys out, get in contact with them if you want more information. And guys, just want to say appreciate y'all being out here at the expo and taking a few minutes of your time to talk with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.